Jeez. Well, let's talk about connection then.
Yeah.
Tell us where we can find Security Halt.
So we're everywhere, but I primarily it's one of those things for Facebook. It just sucks. Let's be honest. Facebook
It's
sucks.
terrible.
I have a page there, but really, I'm connecting with me. It's simple: Instagram, LinkedIn, or Twitter. I mostly put all of my efforts on Instagram and LinkedIn because that's where guys are looking at for information as they're transitioning. Because everybody says, "Hey, get on LinkedIn," and in Instagram, you get your biggest bang for your buck. So, Security Hub Podcast on Instagram, and then Denny Caballero on LinkedIn, or Security Hub Podcast is our business page on LinkedIn. So,
But is that the only project you're working on, or do you got other stuff in the fire? Because I imagine somebody like you's kind of got hands everywhere.
I do. I've you once you find your passion, you're eager to like tackle as much as you can with it. So one of my earliest mentors that taught me about mindfulness, Dr. Megan Vaughn, we reconnected after she got done with working at in a professional clinical setting and wanted to develop something in regards to bringing mindfulness to soft, conventional military, even first responders and civilians. And I was able to take her program and dissect it and be able to translate it into how us grunts talk. So Integrative Performance Labs is our joint venture. It's mindfulness for anybody that's struggling with either performance-based issues or mental health issues and wants an alternative to doing the conventional way of seeking help. Now, with that being said, it's not going to be for everybody, but I understand that. But I think that mindfulness is something that doesn't cost a lot of money up front. It doesn't require technical intervention, and it's backed by a lot of science and years of performance metrics. Like mindfulness is something that's really growing within the performance athletes. It's growing within our soft community. It's growing within civilians. A lot of corporate figures put it within their
like the
TBI,
corporate training programs and
yes, and HR departments, which is awesome. And you realize why? It's because it's able to help with burnout. So if a corporation in the civilian world is dealing with burnout and they're going through mindfulness, this is something that our military community needs to embrace. And we sort of started doing it. We started having military, the big army bought into it, but it's not taught at the right levels. You have like this resilience master program, which is like all the eights go to this and like, okay, here's some tips on mindfulness. That's not mindfulness. You're not learning it from a real practitioner. You're not getting a real program. And
show up in the conference room. I got a 1 hour PowerPoint on mindfulness that I'm required to give to you. Here's the talking points they gave to me. Thank you, Master Sergeant. Moving on. What are we talking about?
Exactly.
What are we doing, guys? Is this the best we can do?
Oh, so if you're interested in performance-based mindfulness and you want to learn more, hit me up at denny@iperformancelabs.com. We have an amazing presentation that we'll sit down, we'll talk about. But as a professional coach myself, that is something that I lean on heavily because it worked for me. So if you're struggling and want to learn more about mindfulness too, hit me up at denny.caballero. That's DENY.CABALLERO at securityhalt.com. And you can sit down and talk about how mindfulness can help you. But or if you're interested in joining our Sunday peer-to-peer support group, visit us at www.securityhalt.com. Click on support group and choose what day you want to come join us. Hint, it's only Sundays, but you can choose all the different Sundays throughout the month and see which one works best for your schedule.
Awesome. Well, Denny, we appreciate you joining us, and thanks for putting all that data out there for folks that need to connect and are interested in all the things you're doing. And for me and Aaron and Trent, who couldn't make it, like, really appreciate you, everything that you're doing for